Hi, I'm Jason.
I'm Walker.
And I'm Justin.
And this is JaJu Games.
JaJu Games.
Anyway, this is going to be our first webisode, webcast, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to be talking a little bit about ourselves, what we're going to be doing, and then just about whatever, really. Probably Destiny's going to come up quite a bit because it comes out here in, 2 days now?
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be coming up because we're definitely going to be playing that. Maybe not him because do you have a PS4 yet?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't have a PS4 yet.
Eventually it'll happen.
Eventually it'll happen, but...
Once someone finally buys your Xbox and actually pays you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so our content is going to be a lot of gaming. Occasionally we're going to have videos like this. I think we're going to start it out at monthly intervals where we're doing these videos. Occasionally Walker will be here. If he doesn't want to be here, that's fine. He's not going to be working with me and Justin on the actual editing and whatnot. And occasionally we'll have more guests. Occasionally we'll have less guests. Maybe it might just be me. It might be just be Justin. Anything else?
I don't know. Maybe one day we'll finally make Walker an actual member of the team. So he actually has to contribute.
One day that I actually like to contribute stuff that actually takes real work instead of showing up.
Well, I mean, you're pretty much just a third wheel right now to our gaming. All the time, pretty much.
But there's 4 wheels in a car, so I could just be
another
person.
We're one of those weird three-wheeled vehicles from Asia right now. Those taxis that have only 3 wheels.
Or that truck that's always around here with 3 wheels, unless it's going to tip over when it turns.
Or those
which is kind of like us, we might tip over.
Those adult tricycles, they're like motorcycles, but they have 2 wheels in the back.
Those ones are cool.
Walker's going to be featured in quite a few of our videos. He's going to be playing with us, but he's not really going to be recording with us. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to, on a lot more of the cohesive videos where we put a lot of work into, we're going to try to get my point of view, Justin's point of view, and just alternate between whose point of view has the best content at the time. Anything else?
Well, I can think of at the moment.
So how about Destiny then?
Well, it exists. That's all I know about it right now, quite honestly.
I'm pretty excited for it. You could have actually played it if you actually managed to download.
Dude, I got there with 3 hours left, and it wasn't there. It was gone. I don't know what happened to it.
It disappeared out of existence.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it's coming back in 2 days, so.
Yeah, so I'm just not gonna buy it on my Xbox One if I'm just gonna have it for like a week longer. So.
Well, I mean, I could always bring over my PS4 and let you try it out.
He's a nice person.
He is a pretty nice person.
You were saying it about the pretzel earlier.
What a pretzel.
It was a good pretzel.
You should have stuck around then.
I already had a pretzel.
So did you guys hear about that plane that went down in the Jamaica coast?
I think I heard
No,
something
okay.
about it slightly.
On Friday, there was a plane that took off from New York, and it became unresponsive. They weren't responding to any hails or contact requests. NORAD launched 2 F-15s to tail it and try to get communication through visual, but there was nothing. And so, everybody's kind of like freaking. I heard a story about some guy got a news alert about a plane possibly abducted, which, it's CNN, so.
Yeah.
Better than Fox.
I don't know about that one. That's debatable.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, it's like CNN's is it Republicans right wing?
I don't know.
Whichever wing, it's like CNN's basically the Democrats' Fox.
To avoid politics, just disregard everything we've just said. Anyway, so the plane continued flying all the way from New York down south. Was going to originally land somewhere in Florida. Can't remember where. I'd look it up. My phone is right there recording this video. Anyway,
Walker, look it up.
My phone's just gonna take an hour to look it up because I hate it.
And so, and so it got done past Florida, flew over Cuba, and we had to call off our jets from there, of course. Then after Cuba, they resumed flying after, and then it ran out of fuel just before Jamaica and landed in the ocean. And it turns out it was private, just small 6-passenger plane, and they had something about hypoxia. You know what that is?
Never heard of it. That's kind of surprising.
Basically, your body's just not getting enough oxygen, is what my understanding of it is, and from there you kind of just go into like a knocked out state. It's kind of like if you were just breathing into a bag and then you're just breathing in that CO2. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a medical professional on this subject, but
So
they passed out basically is what I'm saying due to lack of
pretty
oxygen.
much suffocated.
And so him and his wife died in a crash, of course.
Yeah, you couldn't just say they passed out and died.
Well, I'm giving the terms that I read, okay?
We're trying to gain viewers, not hurt their brains and make them leave.
Damn camera. Do you guys have any news? Nothing?
No.
Thanks for
Gas prices keep going up.
Okay, they kind of just bounce around.
I know. They're like, it pisses me off because Thursday I went past and it was like 3.30, and then Friday I go past and it's like 3.65. Should have gotten gas Thursday.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. I should have gotten gas Thursday then.
Your car gets better mileage than any of ours.
That doesn't mean that I don't like
mileage
cheap
does it
gas. 40 miles a gallon on the highway, and then 30 on in the city.
On his way here it was 30.5. Mine's like 20, somewhere around 20. Yours is probably 6.
Mine's 25 on the highway, thank you very much. 30 if I want.
Yeah, well,
That's 'cause I
it's
know
not
I-
about whether you want, it's about whether your car wants, because your car takes more than it gives.
You just have to get one of those. You just have to watch those videos and tell you to like pour booze into your tank and make it go like 1,000 miles per gallon.
Or Traxxas should try sugar.
Okay.
That would end well for you.
Nothing with my car ends well for me. So, what are we going to do for our Borderlands 2? We're going to record that or not?
I don't know. I was kind of wondering that because we kind of started it without recording it. I didn't know if we were going to do like a whole gameplay or we're just going to do a highlight reel.
Well, I mean, we're only at what, level 16? 15? 14?
11.
Ele-
I think that's a lot. I think
But
that's a lot.
we're
Maybe it
like
was
super
higher.
early in the story still though. And there's like so much DLC we still have yet to play because don't we all have the Game of the Year edition?
I have something like that, yeah.
Don't you?
Well, no, oh, I have all the DLC, but I don't have the Game of the Year edition. I don't know how that happened. But I won't complain about it, you know.
Well, I mean, that's what pretty much matters. We all have the DLCs now. I mean, it's gonna be a long gameplay, and honestly, Traxxas always goes and does things without telling us. Like the other night where he's like gone mysteriously when you were ready to play Borderlands 2.
I thought you were talking about in the game.
No, that too. We're doing too much gameplay footage and Traxxas just sitting there doing nothing.
Okay.
So you don't think we're going to go back and restart to record it all, or we're just going to do highlights then?
I mean, we could. What we could do is we could beat the game and then we could do the hunter mode, or
Alright.
vault hunter mode, and then ultimate vault hunter mode.
Alright, let's do that. Let's do that then.
That's pretty
Be
good.
prepared for that. Might take a month or two, but be prepared for that.
Well, I mean, if we played every night, it should only take us about 2 weeks to beat the game.
Keyword, if we play every night.
Which never happens.
We've been trying for the past 3 days.
Well, I mean, hopefully we'll get to playing some of the night. It's not that long of a story, unless you guys want to go through the DLC before we start the new story.
No, that's
Well, because the higher
as long as we can play Ultimate
I feel
Warfare.
like the higher our levels are, though, the more fun it'll be. Since the higher your level is, the more challenging it is, and the more people there are, the more challenging it is. Do you guys have the Vault Hunter upgrade packs
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
that increase your level?
Oh, I don't know about that one. I don't think so.
Because I have it set so I can get all the way to 72. Plus, I have the arena pack which can set you all the way to 80.
I guess I wouldn't know. I'd have to look. I probably do. Is it part of the Game of the Year?
Yeah.
I
Game
probably,
of the Year comes with one. You have to buy the second one. It's
Okay.
like only $2.
I probably-
You should have it if you get all the DLCs.
I've never bought it on my Xbox, so I don't think because I think the reason I
I'm
have
not
it
talking
is,
about Xbox.
yeah, but I think the reason I have it is because I used a flash drive to transfer my profile
Okay,
over
June,
my
calm down.
Xbox.
You're getting really loud
And-
right now and it's making me uneasy.
Okay, I got it from my Xbox, and I transferred the profiles over. I think it kind of just like gave me everything. I don't know how that works, but it gave me all the DLC. It gave me tons of gold keys that I have on my Xbox, and then it gave me, what else did it give me? Oh, all my badass ranks. I'm like level 100,000 with my badass ranks for somehow. I don't know how that happened.
I mean,
watch out. We've got a badass over here.
I mean, I bought the Game Gear edition. All I got out of it was 1 gold key.
I'm at like 78 gold keys right now.
Yeah, I have to go through and enter all those passcodes. That's gonna take like 5 hours.
They probably have a subreddit for only
The Wikia.
Yeah.
The
There's
Wikia
a Wikia for it.
has the whole list of every.
I'm not sure if it's the actual Borderlands Wikia, but there's a
It
website
is.
with them all.
It is.
Yeah.
The Borderlands Wikia has them all.
Wow, I didn't know that. I guess
They're
I'll-
like, they basically like do it like every.
I got like 1/4 through the list, and that took me to 120.
If you have a Twitter, you should follow them because they do like every like week or so they'll release a code for those keys.
Yeah, I know. I followed a few. I put in a few of them from the Twitter, but it's like I don't need anything from the chest right now. So
You know what surprises me? That the pre-sequel wasn't released on next gen consoles.
I didn't know it wasn't.
I wouldn't know. I haven't
No,
followed.
it's
it
just
is.
last gen only in PC. Which I guess technically PC can be considered next gen because
Is PC considered a generation? I mean,
I mean.
It's like it's
I've never really
constantly
thought about
upgrading.
that, but I feel like it's always been next gen because you can always upgrade your PC so much that it's like even surpassing the consoles now, which are pretty much built like high-powered PCs.
yeah.
I feel like it's always current gen technically. I don't know.
I mean, I'd say PCs are always current.
Your
Then
laptop might be current gen.
my laptop's last gen.
PS2 gen is what you say.
I tried to get a PS2 emulator emulator on my computer. It lags like a bitch.
I mean, my laptop's probably all the way back to the Atari Arcade from the 80s gen.
Okay, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
No, it's not an exaggeration.
It's like they have those SpongeBob where Patrick says the caveman had computers. He's like, we're not cavemen, we have technology. And he starts banging out a piece of paper with his computer, trying to get the stain out of that piece of money.
That's exactly what it's like for me on my laptop. So bad I got my PC.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice thing to have. I think it's the best. It's the best money I've spent since I've got like non-stop entertainment out for the past 3 years.
Well, I
so.
mean, I've got my PC pretty much free. And it's worth like what, 600?
Probably now it's probably worth around 400.
Probably.
How old is it?
It's only a year old.
It's probably worth about. How much was it worth originally?
I think you said the price range was 600 to 700.
It's probably around 500.
I still got it for pretty much free, and it's really good for free. Once I build my new one, I'll probably be up there with Walker finally.
I'll take over your old one for you.
Well, that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably end up giving you the old one.
No,
He just must smuggle drugs or something because he got like a $1,700 68-inch TV,
Okay.
$1,200 PC.
It's a 55-inch TV actually, and that's when I was young and carefree and could just spend my money on anything I wanted.
Which no one knows how he got all that money when he was young and carefree. Remember when I was young and carefree, the most I could afford was 2 Reese's at the gas station.
Okay. Okay. You should get a job then.
When I'm fucking 13.
Hey man, that TV's not 10 years old, or just be like one
How
of those.
old is it?
It's a good one. I think it's probably 4 or 5 years old.
You were 14. Or 13. When you got it.
15. I think it was 15.
How old are you now? 18?
Almost 19, so that adds up pretty good, I think. 4 years. I got it 4 years ago, okay?
See this kid.
my TV's a year and a couple months old, and it's 43 inches smart TV. It's really nice.
Mine's about 2 years old, and so the only good. Actually, it's pretty good. It's like decent size. I think it's like 35-inch wall mounted.
I have a wall mount for my TV. I have yet to put it up.
It's an LED though, so that's good.
Yeah, I was gonna mount my TV, but I kind of decided against it. I don't know why, but.
Do you guys use the game settings like for visuals?
Oh yeah,
No,
I change between
no.
those all the time.
No, I've never once used game.
I use like
As soon as I got that TV, I've never used the game preset.
There was some game, I can't remember what it was. I had it on standard video definition, and I could not even see like the turn brightness like icon, like turn brightness so that this icon is barely visible, whatever. Couldn't even see it. Turned the brightness all the way up, still couldn't see it. Switched through all of them, only one that could see it was game.
See, like, because on my TV, it's not like output, it's just how it looks. Because my output could be HDMI, but I could have it on any visual preset, I usually do custom because I like being able to see full color, not just like grayed out bullshit. Because who the fuck likes their game looking like it's in black and white all the time? Plus, I turn my brightness up for games like Last of Us or Call of Duty. So that way I can see people hiding in dark corners and like, how do you see me? Like, because I have my brightness up full.
You probably turn his brightness up for Dead Space 2 because your little badge.
No, actually, that's the only game franchise I'll turn my brightness on my TV down for. Actually,
Wow.
especially Dead Space 1 because that's absolutely horrifying. That's
Yeah.
probably why I still haven't beaten it yet.
Yeah,
You
dude.
still haven't beaten Dead Space 1?
I've owned it for a year and I have yet to beat it.
I've owned it since the Steam Summer Sale 2014,
I'm
I've played like an hour of it, and I just got bored.
I'm only 2 chapters in.
Yeah, I got like 3 chapters in. I'm like, oh god, this is just too much. I can't take it.
Well, it depends on how you're. It's another factor too is how you're listening to it.
What?
How you're listening to it, because hearing the audio come out of like a computer, like your speakers on your laptop or speakers in the TV, compared to when you're wearing like a surround sound headset.
Yeah, I wear my headsets, and I think they are probably like 5 speakers in there. You know, like 5.1 surround sound or whatever.
Yeah, mine's 5.1 too, by default my turtle speakers will play the audio pretty loud because I guess when you're in the MLG you want your headsets to be really super loud for some reason, so you go deaf at an early age.
You can't. Oh, you play on PlayStation 4 or 3 probably. On PC you can actually like change the volume, you know.
Well, I can change it on PS3 too. It's just by default the settings have it set so you can hear things super loud. Because
yeah, I know, because you can like hear people walking across the map on Call of Duty.
That's what I'm assuming, because most of the MLG tournaments that you'd be able to watch all the time are Call of Duty tournaments, and of course that's what everyone would do if they're hiding, especially on S&D. You fucking listen for footprints.
Yeah, I used to do that.
People watch a lot of League of Legends and Dota.
Well, I'm talking about consoles, not fucking PC.
Oh.
Okay.
But it's like, because of these settings, because there's a setting that allows it to play.
Went away.
What?
I said I just sneezed, and I said the sneeze went away.
Oh. Well, because the default settings is set so you can hear the loud like the close by loud noises really loud, and then you can hear the really far away noises like normal volume. So on Dead Space, listening to that, like the sound
scratching in the walls, and it sounds like it's right next to you.
Well, it's also the fact that like it's completely dark most of the time. For one, Dead Space 1 was very challenging because it's rarely any ammo depending on what difficulty you're playing on. I'm playing on normal right now.
I think mine was on hard.
And I can already tell I'm not getting as much ammo as you do in Dead Space 2, or even 3, because Dead Space 3 was like every corner.
Yeah, kind of like going from like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 to 4.
Well, those were good.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying Resident Evil 4, ammo's everywhere.
Yeah, and Dead Space 1, ammo's not everywhere, and then you'll pick up ammo for weapons you don't even have yet.
Yeah.
And really puts you on edge immediately, and then you add in like all the noises and the constant fact that every fucking room you're in has 20 vents. And you know how much they love vents.
Yeah.
It does not make a playing experience very casual and enjoying.
Since when is a horror game supposed to be casual?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys ever play Dead Space 3? You just say that there are some franchises that have taken the wrong turn. Good game. I love the story, but the co-op especially just kind of ruined the whole horror thing. Something about having someone there to grab your butt the whole adventure does not make it as scary as you think.
Okay. I never even played Dead Space 3 because I didn't get it on my console. I played it on PC. And I only go through Steam. I don't want to go through Origin because that just sounds painful. So
Origin is pretty bad.
That's like switching from that's like going from communist and trying to convert to Nazi.
Oh, okay.
What time is it?
It's 6:08 if you ask. Why don't you check your phone? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so how about we wrap this up?
If you insist.
I felt like I had something else that's mentioned.
What is it? Go ahead.
I did. I was gonna say another game that we should maybe get into is Space Engineers. Ever seen that game on
I've
Steam?
heard
Yeah.
It's like Minecraft, except it's like a million times more complicated. Let's just put it that way.
Do you
There's
guys have a StarCraft? No, not StarCraft. Starbound.
Starbound. Oh, I can get. Yeah, I was gonna get that game. It looks really good.
It's pretty good.
It's like Minecraft on steroids.
It's like Terraria 2.
Oh, I was gonna ask you guys what you think about them rebooting the Resident Evil series since you mentioned that earlier.
They are?
Yeah, I guess I read somewhere and that pretty much them remaking the remake of Resident Evil 1 is their way of rebooting it because I guess they want to remake. Sounded like they wanted to remake all the Resident Evils or make new ones.
Like
after the
redesign the plot
like,
or alternate
it
universe?
sounds like they might alter the plots a little bit, especially for the first one. They want to alter the plot slightly. It sounded like, but it sounded more like they just are making it and they want to reboot it and then let the fans decide where it goes, which I think might be a good idea since most Resident Evil fans want more of what was in. I guess you could say the first 3 games. 4 was good, but but 5 and 6 trying to follow after 4 was not.
Well,
not a wise decision.
I can't count on 6. I have it on my Steam library. I haven't played it yet. My computer could probably run it, but I just don't feel like it. 5, it was fun, but it wasn't Resident Evil.
I'll tell you what I loved about 5 was the introduction of melee mechanics because nothing felt better than getting between one enemy with another friend and you guys just fucking punching him back and forth until one of you did the ultimate move.
Okay.
Because it was like you punch, if you were playing as Chris, for instance, you'd like, and then someone was playing as Sheva and they got on the other side of this enemy, you fucking like punch him, like shoot him in the face, you could fucking like jab him and he'd fucking fall back and then Sheva could like roundhouse kick him and then he'd go towards Chris and then Chris would do like one of his 2 ultimate moves that are pretty much an insta-kill, so like 5,000 damage. Which I think it's a pretty complex...
Chris's arms are huge in that game.
Well, I mean, it's someone says it's only like putting a Chia Pet head on top of a fucking the Hulk. But it's like, it was so fucking ridiculous because I would read how the damage output were. There was way too much of a complex damage system in that game for one. But, like 6, I think the one plus about, the only thing I liked about 6 was Leon's story.
I don't know. I know Leon was in it. I know Chris was in it, and Chris was kind of doing like the BSAA anti-bioweapon stuff. Leon was stuck in a town with actual zombies, and then there was a third guy, the son of Wesker.
Well, it's funny because they promoted Leon's campaign in that town you're talking about. It only lasted for 1 chapter, and each character has like 12 chapters.
Ugh.
But the thing about each character is their story revolves around different monsters, which I find to be kind of unique because the creatures they fight, at least for Chris and Leon, like, it's more towards their roots. Like Leon, obviously we met him in Resident Evil 2, he was fighting zombies.
Yeah.
All throughout most of his story, except maybe towards the end, he's basically fighting zombies.
Yeah.
He's not fighting anything like super.
He's not fighting the bioweapons.
Well, he fights a few. There are a
plagas.
few special enemies he fights, but I guess you could count that in.
Is he fighting any of the Los Plagas?
No, he's fighting like occasional like special BOWs.
So not even okay.
So it's kind of like Resident Evil 2 also because he fought some like unique bosses.
Yeah.
And Chris's story is more like Resident Evil 5. He's only fighting the BOWs pretty much the whole game. And then
what's Jake's?
Yeah, is it Shelby or Shelby?
I wouldn't know. I don't even know the name Jake.
Oh man, if we have any Resident Evil fans watching this video, they're gonna fucking murder me right now. Jake and
just continue. Just say
Jake and
Jake and the girl.
I'm gonna fucking remember her name right after this video. Watch that. He's gonna be driving me back to my car, and I'm gonna say it out loud. And he's gonna be like, what?
Just say Jake and the girl. Man.
Jake and the girl. Their story is a mixture of both.
Okay.
So, well, actually, I take that back. They mostly fight what Chris fights, in the sense that it's more like Resident Evil 4 in their story because of who they're fighting and how their story plays out. But towards the end, like when they're all in the same city, that China city, he'll be fighting pretty much both enemies on and off.
Alright.
So it's pretty unique in the fact that all three stories play out differently, and then of course there's Ada's story, which doesn't really fit in with any of these at all. I like Ada, but I think they could have done a lot better on her story.
I don't know. I just been sitting in my Steam
If
library.
you ever get around to playing it, you'll understand what I mean.
I will, but just when my computer's actually built, or whenever you're built one.
Well, I mean, it's like a lot of games I play that I don't really enjoy. The story is great, but the way they play it out with gameplay is not.
With Paul was his name that we were just with. He said he likes God of War. I don't mind the story. I just could not stand the controls of that game.
Never played it.
I've never played
It's a
it.
PlayStation exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah. I got it when my first PS3 went kaput after 3 or so years, and got the second one, got the Slim, and that came bundled with God of War 1 and 2. I played the first 2 chapters of 1. I just couldn't stand it. Tried to see if 2 had better gameplay. And no, I just couldn't.
I remember when my PS3 went kaput, and I had to fix it twice before I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I fixed mine twice too.
Let's see what else is on here. Hey, you guys keep talking.
My Xbox lasted about 3 years, and I got one of the slim versions, and then it died after a month. So that kind of made me a little bit mad. I was like, I should just buy an old one again.
Is this music?
Yeah.
Why do you spell it like that?
Because a lot of people spell it like that.
I have never seen a person spell that.
If you have spelled music M-U-Z-A-K, or seen somebody spell music M-U-Z-A-K, comments.
Muzak?
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
You're on drugs, dude.
Yeah, so are we about to wrap this up then? Because 6:15, I gotta go soon. My mom's calling me.
Well, I mean, it depends on if the audio came through well. We probably should have done the audio test before this.
I did it. I did several tests. This has been Jason
Walker.
Justin.
from JaJu Games. Hope you
Signing out.
signing out.
Of Steve.
Fine. Which never happens, by the way.